Okay. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Guilty Gear Strive. Now it's week 2. I've played a bunch of matches. For a little background on myself with my experience with Guilty Gear, I've been playing Xrd since Sign. The character I've been playing since then is Leo. I played as Soul. I dabble with Sin a little bit, but as a Rev 2, I play as Leo with Biken and Soul. Mostly Leo and Biken. Like, Leo is actually the main person I started with when I first played Guilty Gear, when I first started with Xrd Sign. So, coming from this game, there's been a lot of changes, and some of them good, like the roaming cancel system, it's really cool. And then other things like character balancing right now is just all over the fucking place. And that's killing the enjoyment for me personally. And yeah, I'm struggling personally right now. I'm having a hard fucking time trying to enjoy this game. I'm going to start with a few characters that definitely need tweaking. I'm going to add a fourth one. Now, this one is going to sound really out there, and people are going to be like, what are you talking about? This character is terrible. You might already know who I'm talking about right now. I see things about Soul and May and Ramlethal, and I fought them. Yes, something needs to be done about how they're tweaked. Like, a little bit of nerfing there, especially Soul. May not so much. The dolphin spam needs to be readjusted or something, because you can't punish her sometimes when she's spamming the one that's not heavy, not the heavy one, the lighter version of the dolphin shit. Ramlethal, I'm not necessarily sure what they were tweaked with Ramlethal at all, so I can't even. But Soul, holy shit, dude, holy fucking shit. Could he like not move forward when he's slamming down on punch, like that gut punch that he does? Like, that has to be the most annoying move I've ever seen him use. Like, why would they put that in there? But anyway, everything else about Soul, though, if you took away that move, I wouldn't be having a problem. Like, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for that move, I wouldn't personally be having a problem with Soul. It's just that. And then the fact that you can't really punish him, you can't really poke him. Sometimes you'll trade, it's inconsistent. That's just my experience with fighting Souls online. Yeah, that's it for those three. That, like, I don't know how they would adjust them, but yeah. But I'm going to talk about the one that people are sleeping on, and people aren't paying attention to this at all. Kai, okay? I know people are thinking like, oh, well, Kai's frame data here, and, you know, like, he's negative here when he uses this, and I'm like, I've been reading up, like, what people are saying about Kai, and people are thinking he's weak. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? He's just, imagine, okay, and this is gonna, like, I'm gonna break it down the best way I can, okay? Kai has always been strong as shit, okay? Kai has always been one of the best characters in the fucking game. Like, when Kai moves, you respect Kai. When Kai moves, when he breathes, like, you have to pay attention, because if you don't for like 5 seconds, that's the game. He will trap you in neutral, he will trap you in the corner, and you are fucked, okay? And this is when you're fighting I've fought good Kais, okay? There's not a lot you can do when they keep you trapped in certain things. Not a lot. And if you know what to do, it's something very fucking specific that you're just not gonna always look after, and then by then you're dying. Like, you're dying. Same thing with Strive. I fought a few Kai players that knew what they were doing. Let me tell you, there's not much you can do. When he spaces out some of his moves, holy shit, Stun Dipper, if he spaces that out properly, you can't punish it. I'm playing as Leo trying to dash after that, like, after he's done hitting me, and I'm just out of fucking range, because they spaced that shit right there where I can't hit him. Like, there are guys that are not using any of his unsafe moves because they know that shit is unsafe. So they're poking you, stunning you, keeping you locked down, and then they run at you and throw you. A lot of times I have to mash throw to actually get out of that, and then we tech because I see them going for the throw. But the point I'm trying to make is, when you're fighting Kai, you're in this sphere around him. I don't really know that's the best way I can describe it. There is a sphere around his character. It is invisible. Only Kai players know where it stops and where it starts, where it ends and where it begins. Like, they know, right? They are aware. You're not fucking aware. when it's your turn, you'll never fucking know most of the time. If you get a hit, go with it. Just fucking go with it, right? But if you enter that imaginary fucking sphere around his character, you are in neutral zone. Now, Guilty Gear has been toned down to be a completely neutral game for the most part. Neutral meaning like you're like on opposite sides, you have to read your opponent across the screen. Yeah, like kind of Street Fighter type shit, like reading their movements and reacting to whatever they're doing, countering shit and kind of like that. It's not all over the place with Gatlings and stuff like before. So yeah, it's slowed down in that regard. However, when you're fighting Kai, it's like, imagine a neutral heavy game times a neutral heavy character. That character suddenly becomes even more of a god than he already was. And legit, if you don't have the reaction speed of the gods when he is poking you, like, and he has you trapped in like fucking shock state, I've noticed there are moments where I'm like, I can't fucking move. Hold up. Like, hold on a second. He definitely ran at me, and I definitely tried to press a fucking button, but I literally had to mash throw because I realized that in some setups, especially in the corner, if you're in the corner, or even in the middle of the screen, he pokes you, and you're trapped there for a second. And it maybe that's just me, right? Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I don't want to DP, right? I don't want to use, say, for example, Leo's DP, Eisenstern. I don't want to fucking do that because you can throw DPs in this game. So because you can do that, I can't punish his throw. So because I can't punish his throw, when am I safe? You know, if he can also meaty and like hit me to punish my throw, what options do I actually have other than faultless defense? And even when I use faultless defense, there he is right back in his fucking safe space right there. Think about it for a second. If I jump in at him, forward punch, they buff that. And also, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Kai's forward punch is the god button. Like, it may not seem like it to you if you've seen XR matches, but if you pay attention to people playing Kai, how many people actually jump in on Kai and not get punished? Like, I don't know, man. It's not, if they're, especially if they know you're gonna run it, if they do forward punch in XR, for example, holy shit. If you jump in on Kai and they forward punch, you about to get comboed. Like, that shit is, you're right back in Kai land. Like, that's it. I know I've been talking about Kai for a minute, but I have to get this shit off my chest and talk to y'all. Like, whoever sees this video, like, share this. Like, Kai is actually strong as fuck. Okay, this is me from the future actually adding on to this Kai piece I'm on right now. I just wanted to say, like, I think that's why some people are feeling like Kai needs a few things, because I've seen some comments like on, for example, the subreddit or like some other fucking forums and shit. Like, I've seen some people talk about Kai like he's a little bit different, and they're like, what the fuck? Like, I think the reasoning for his changes is because we're already playing a neutral focused Guilty Gear, so it's like he already is neutral. Like, he is that game plan in the form of a character. So like, if that's the case, they probably would have had to tone down some of his, like, framed out a little bit so he's not fucking disgustingly OP. Like, you know, they changed him up a little bit so he plays differently, so you have to like pay attention to what the fuck you're doing a little bit more. And like, he even fighting him feels different. Like, I don't know, like I say in this video, I don't even know when my turn is, because he just, everything he does looks off to me, so I can't tell what's going on. And by the time I try to figure out what it is, I'm getting thrown or some shit. Then I don't know how to punish him, and when I get knocked down, and it just becomes a whole bunch of fucking problems on top of each other. But that's, I think I just wanted to add that in there. That's why I think some of his frame data might be different, or some things might feel off to people. That I'm just gonna, all right, I'm gonna let past me keep talking now. Okay, like, it always is the characters that I see stuff about. Ino too. People are like, oh, Ino's not that strong. I've seen some Reddit posts about that too. I'm like, are you fucking sure? Because like, she's just as bad, if not worse, with that 50-50 mix up command grab. You're fucked. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, y'all need to be seeing the shit that I've been seeing. Holy fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck? I sometimes when I hear people talking about the game, especially sometimes what seems like, I don't know, newer players to the game, I'm like, bro, you sure? Like, cause like, holy fuck, dude. Cause I just fought somebody where I could not fucking move the entire game. Like, if they were picking, say, Giovanna, because she's plus on a lot of her moves, and when the game even tells you you have to jump over that one spinny little, you know, when she dashes forward with her dog and like kicks you and shit, I can't remember what the fucking name is called, but they tell you to jump and then like counter it. Don't do that. Don't listen to mission mode. Honestly, if you went through that tutorial, you're gonna have to actually fucking poke that at the right fucking moment. Little things like that make me go like, is this really a fucking beginner friendly game? Because like this shit's kind of fucking hard. Like, it's a little unnecessarily hard, some of it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this game is actually, it frustrates me because I can't tell if it's aimed towards new players and old players, or if it's just all over the fucking place. Like, randomly the difficulty spikes at inconsistent ass moments, and I see it. I can fucking see that difficulty spike just kick in, and I'm like, hold up, what game are we playing? Am I playing Xrd right now? Hold up. And then suddenly I'm playing Strive again, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, I can't tell what the fuck's going on. It's like they had an idea for the game right there. It's just it feels like they halfway executed it. Like, they got the core done, but the character balancing is just, it's weird. It's fucking weird. Like, it is all over the place. And don't get me started on Axel. I know I'm supposed to talk about 4 characters, but I talked about Giovanna a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about Axel too, yo. He has like none of his moves from XR, yo. Like he can't go jump behind you. He can't use that little command grab shit. I mean, he does have a command grab, but like not the chain one. I mean, that's I like the new one a little bit too, but I miss the old one, just fighting Axel. But yeah, there's moves that he just doesn't have either, and it's like he's just, let me read you, let me hit you. Oh, did you block? Get pushed back farther and reset. Like, Jesus, that's a pain in itself too. Especially if Axel's can read you like perfectly. Like, they know you're gonna jump, they know you're gonna fucking dash, like dash forward. Dude, I just, there's just shit that I'm seeing when I'm fighting people going like, fuck, dude. And I really want to find some enjoyment from this game, but every time I start to enjoy myself, I start fucking getting so goddamn frustrated. Like right after I have a good game, I have like 4 bad games, and there's just nothing but just me dealing with shit that I'm like, Jesus, man, like, oh boy, I can't fucking hit this Giovanna, dog. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm trying my fucking best, I really am, and because like I keep hearing like, okay, look out for this move or look out for that move, how to deal with this. I see people posting shit, but I'm like, are you sure? Because I see it and I can't fucking hit that shit. Like, when do I hit it? Like, is it character specific? It has to be. Yeah, oh boy. But that's it. Like, I just had to talk about this. I had to vent a little bit and just talk about this game, because I'm really hoping that there's some kind of like tweaking here and there, especially the lobbies. We all know the lobbies are garbage, but like that too, please, because holy shit, man. We're Xrd. I loaded that shit up today. Not only did it download fast as shit, but I was able to get into the game like that. Like, the game says loading, done. Online, loading, done. Like, everything. Player matches, loads, everything. They need to get that shit straight, man. Like, holy shit. That is also killing it as well, but the enjoyment, at least. But that's it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me, like, if you understand, like, what I'm talking about here. Like, because I can't be the only one that's thinking about this shit. Like, I see so many people talking about how much they enjoy the game, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, how many of y'all out here played Xrd? Do y'all see this shit? Do you see what the fuck is going on here? Like, some of this don't feel right. Some of it feels great, And then other stuff, I'm like, why? What the fuck would you do that? Why in the fuck did they think this was a good idea? That's not good. That ain't right. Like, who okayed that, right? Anyway, that's it. I'm out. I'll see y'all later.